Hello and welcome to my latest video. This episode was probably my favourite day driving in Spain. It was a really picturesque drive and empty, possibly the time I was doing it, but I really enjoyed it. And I ended up in a campsite at a place called Vera in Andalusia, where I was planning to spend a week or so. I hope you enjoy the video. Not long after 8 in the morning, I had a problem finding anywhere last night, but in the end I struck lucky because I saw a signpost that just said car park for tourists, and here we are. It's a proper service end point. Look at that beast. Anyway, but certainly not cold, and I managed to find a nice parking area. It's I don't know, 9:15, and since 8 o'clock there's been a posse of these old men walking up and down the road. Mostly there was two, but they've just recently been joined by another two, and there's about 100 metres, maybe 200 metres. They're going back and forth and back and forth. Presumably it's a fitness regime, but given we're in a town, why they can't do a circuit, I don't know. Must be a bit boring. Anyway, I'm ready to set off. It's drizzling a bit, but it's not cold. I just did this, just so you have a look at that. I mean, look at that beast. It's brand new as well. I wonder how much that cost. Firstly to buy, and secondly to drive. Anyway, this was quite a nice, proper, dedicated spot. Plenty of room. I just stumbled across it though. I just saw a sign that said, I think I said this, just saw a sign that said tourist parking, and I thought, oh, that might do. Anyway, that's Queseda. It's Saturday morning and I'm on my way. Quite a clean looking busy town, but by the looks of it I'm climbing into the clouds, which is a bit of a shame. Scenic, just not sure how much scenery I'm going to be able to see. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it, but on the left, down in the valley, is nothing but olive groves. I should hardly be surprised. I'm climbing to Tiscar, I think it's called, and it's a green road on the Michelin map, so it's recognised as Scenic Road, and I've seen signs that say the weekends and festival days this is populated by a lot of cyclists, and I'm not surprised. As you can see, it's misty. However, when we go around this corner, I don't know whether when I go over the coal whether the weather will change, because over there, wait till the camera picks it up, look at that big bright sky through what looks like the coal. Oh well, I can but hope. I can see it would be a lovely cycling route. It's 11 degrees centigrade, that is, and it's 1,000 metres up. So it's no wonder I've climbed into the clouds, really. We've got another 100 or so metres of climbing to go. Be nice to stop and take a photo, but it's not really a point, given there's no view. You see a little bit of the valley. Well, essentially, it's clouds. I'm nearing the top now, just over 1,100 metres. If I wanted to take a photograph, I don't think I could anyway. There's been nowhere to pull over and stop. It's quite a nice view back down the valley. Maybe there'll be somewhere right at the very top. Well, often it's a bit flatter at the top, and then you can't see down the gorge in the valley. We'll see. Oh, there's still a little bit more to go. As you can see, it is brightening, so fingers crossed that the south side of this particular col is going to be drier and sunnier. Might be able to get a photo, I think. Get off the road without damage. Muddy, as you might be able to see. I don't think I'll stop there. Whether this bit will be less muddy. That is the valley I've just driven up. Right, the rain might have stopped. That is the direction in which I'm going. I'm glad I had my snow tyres on. Otherwise I could have been stuck there a bit longer. My shoes are just as bad, so I'm going to have to clean them before I put them back on again. That sound is the mud flicking off my tyres. That was probably the highest I'm going to climb today, and possibly this month. I don't know. I'm now on the last stretch before I reach where I'm going to in Andalusia, and I've got about 4 hours to get there. This is a rather lovely descent, very different from the other side, which, as I said, was a big, much bigger valley with olive groves. This is a much smaller valley, and I haven't yet seen a vehicle coming up or down, and I'm hoping to find somewhere to stop and take some photographs, because the view ahead looks absolutely spectacular. But as on the way up, I haven't found anywhere to stop. Maybe this will do. The colours here are lovely, I suppose because I'm out of the olive grove area, and these are ordinary deciduous trees losing their leaves. Tiscar. I tried to find Tiscar. Garmin doesn't believe Tiscar exists. It's not on my sat nav at all, so I had to just navigate via the road numbers. Sanctuary up there, looks like it's still occupied. Oh, and a tunnel. Shame about the electricity substation there, otherwise it would have been a lovely view as you leave the tunnel. That's rather thoughtless, isn't it? So you'll park like that chap has for that view. I've just parked the van because I saw a sign that said to a waterfall and a cave. Then of course drove a couple hundred metres, parked the van, and there are no other signs. However, it might be a bit of a fool's errand anyway, because when I crossed over the river slightly higher up there was no water in it. But I do see a little cave down there. The road I was walking on. It's obviously also the car park because it just comes to a dead end. So I could have just continued with the van. Never mind. Doesn't mean no harm to stretch my legs, does it? Look at that view though. Sign back there said it's a 15-minute walk, and this cave looks a bit bigger. It's I'll film myself. It's not very big at all. And obviously you could easily hit your head. So there's sound of water ahead. So there is a waterfall somewhere. The signposting isn't particularly good, so I'm not sure. I think this is the end. I don't know if you're supposed to go up there or what. The roof of this cave must have fallen in because these are all stalactites, as I know from my time in Pastonia. So that cave, that was a cave, this was a cave, and it's not anymore. It's a religious centre obviously, and I don't know if these people have died or been saved or something, but lots of photos pressed into the wall. And over there, ribbons and things. In the winter or early spring, I imagine this is huge, this waterfall. It's still very pretty. Most of these photos are not of real people. And nothing says religion quite like tying a dog poo bag to a railing. Caution, could be slippery, and or you get wet feet. This is the top of the waterfall, or the main bit. I bet this was a pagan sanctuary. It's quite quite magical. I'll have another go at videoing this, because I think I was videoing my chest most of the while rather than my head. It is strangely low. And I'm out. This part of the journey, I think, has been the best part since I left the Pyrenees. I've seen one or two cars now, not many, and there were a couple of people arrived at the waterfall after I had done most of my filming. But this particular road, I'm climbing again, I'm back up to nearly 1,000 metres, has been absolutely lovely. The sun probably helps as well, doesn't it? But nevertheless, it's a stunningly pretty road. See, it's called the A6206. I'm not going to hazard a guess where those mountains are, but there is snow on them. If you can distinguish it from the clouds. I'm obviously descending into that great plain there. It took me by surprise. That was a heck of a view. And that's where I've been, somewhere to the right of that. The sat-nav shows a very wiggly road with lots of hairpins dropping, I assume, into the, as I say, that big wide open valley down there. Spectacular. The thermometer only says 12 degrees at the moment, but it feels warmer. I've got the window open, which I wouldn't expect to do at 12 degrees. Well, I've arrived. It's a sort of campsite, but mostly an eco farm come small holding kind of thing. It's only just on the outskirts of Vera. You can see the road and I can hear it in the background. And it's 25 degrees, which is lovely. And the sea, I think, is somewhere that way. I hope you enjoyed that video. Join me again soon for another episode. Bye bye.